and he's one of the few Euro pins we're going to see this weekend. Not shooting a rollover. You'll notice it's a wrist Euro pin a la Federico Collignon, and it's a good one.
And it's not an easy shot, of course, to shoot on the tornado table. And Raphael has been around for a while, started at a very young age. I remember him as a junior player. Remember him coming to Las Vegas, I want to say 2018, which I think is right. Came with his dad, I think.
And I like the unintended glove action going on. We've got double gloves on the left and grips.
Yeah. You don't see that often, do you? You don't see that.
That black glove right there, I like the iron claw.
And, off that pin and inside bank by Knapton. Tapped the table, so he didn't do it intentionally, but it was pretty.
I don't think you should tap the table.
No.
When you do that. Okay, because then he doesn't know if you mean it or not. Now he knows you probably can't do it again. Like, I would be like...
Oh, no. You don't tap the table.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And that one finds that near corner to make it 2-2.
Because if he didn't tap the table, I wouldn't have known he didn't mean it.
Yeah. Yeah. Goals are goals. Points are points. No apologies. Just mark them up and move on. Doesn't mean we don't think you should be a good sportsman or a sports person. Absolutely you should, but there are other ways of doing that, I think, without giving away a little bit, like Mark said. Here's Knapton shooting the rollover from goal, which is rarely a good idea.
It's just different, man. If he starts hitting inside and
push kick here from Hampel. Makes it 3-2.
How about a push kick, a simple old push kick?
Good old-fashioned American-style push kick.
Kind of going back to this, though, I don't have a thought, Jim.
No, you don't.
No.
Yeah. You almost went back to it.
I did have
3-2.
one. Lost it, man. Oh, you know what I was going to say?
Yeah.
For this particular match, you're not going to see any camera angles or different views as we work on some additions to our delivery. So for this match, you're going to get this view, and you're going to
us.
The sweet sound of Jim's voice and the sultry sound of Jim's voice, and then the excruciating sound of my murmurings.
And finding that near side is Hampel to make it 4-2.
It looks like first to 3 games. I know the screen may say first to 3 sets. Games are sets, and in the United States, so this is a 3 out of 5 match. Is that correct?
Best three sets out of 5. Best 3 games out of 5. Yep. Oh, there is Knapton ripping one home.
Yep.
Ryan Knapton, a guy who, when he first came up, was very successful in the lower divisions. A former world-class snowboarder as well, Ryan Knapton.
So we got some great action on table number 2. We got another highlighted great star, I believe from Austria. And the name escapes me, but it's Jason Wicks, Texas. And
is it Stefan Burmettler?
It's yes.
Burmettler.
Burmettler. I heard Bette Midler.
And then over on table 3, we've got another really good European player, even though they're not in the European Union anymore, out of Great Britain. That's Callum Oakes going up against our very own Michael Stahl, and America's very own Michael Stahl.
Yeah, so it's the United States versus Austria on table 2. It's the United States versus our
Germany
great nemesis. No, it's on table 3. It's Michael Stahl and Callum
Oakes, yeah.
And then it's the U.S. versus Germany on table 2. This really does help highlight the international flair of the first Tornado World Series.
Raphael Hampel won that opening game impressively. He is a good-looking player. You know, when I first began covering international events for Inside Foods 20 years ago almost now, very few international players liked the tornado table. It was a predominantly pin shooting culture at the time in Europe and on most of the tables, if not all. And it was a tough adaptation to the tornado table for those kinds of players. But as the years go by and as new young players are developed, and there is Ryan finding that hole down the middle to make it 1-0, more and more the young players in particular in various countries, Germany in particular here, really began to see the merits and enjoy playing on the tornado table. And I think now in many cases they would tell you it's their favorite table. But that was not the case early on. Nice pickup and score here by Hampel to make it 1-1.
I was there in the late 80s, early 90s. It was really like 90 on when Dieter Thiele came from Germany and Bentivoglio came from Italy. A couple guys came. Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? Benti. There was another guy, man. They were studs, and they came all that way.
Well,
and the pinch shot didn't get them as far as it did for Frederic.
No, it never did. But at the time, that was the only world championship. That was the foosball world championship. It was the Tornado one. So these players came to experience that and to grow as players, look for new challenges.
Klaus Vogel.
Yeah. Vogela. Yeah.
Vogel. These are legacy stud foosers who came out here and did. I think Dieter took third in open singles at the World Championship.
He did at one point, yeah. And a beautiful outside bank by Raphael Hampel.
No table tapping there. It was just mean-spirited.
That was all intent right there. There's that little tic-tac far side pass that Knapton has now completed a couple of times. Wonder what the option is off that. Let's cut this one back down the middle somehow to make it 3-3. Hampel trying to go back along the wall. Does smoothly brush it through. Now check out the grip. This is the standard front pin grip. Trying to bring it out to that far. So that's really the key, Mark. If you're going to shoot a front pin on Tornado, you have to have a strong push slide. It's not easy to do. And again, a reaction play here by the quick-handed Hampel. It's 4-3.
You can see a little grin out of him there. He's happy about that.
He's had a couple of transition goals. But not every player would have been able to score, but he is showing you tremendous hand speed. And there's Knapton finding the hole down the middle to even it at 4. So Ryan hanging in there.
No timeouts yet, I don't think.
No, they've just going, hitting the ball hard. And the takeaway almost. That one's going to spin back to Hampel.
Yep.
He'll call time.
There it is. You felt it. And I know that feeling right there. That feeling right there is you have something in your brain and you rush it a little bit and your grip changes a little bit and you saw him flub the ball a little bit. That's the timeout moment right there. It's like, okay, hold on a second. I do not have control of this ball. This ball is controlling me.
Yeah, that is certainly a timeout moment. Now, certainly at 4-4, it automatically almost should be at least a timeout consideration. Oh, little fake bounce, then hesitation through the lane. That was pretty.
Yeah, if he meant it, it was kind of odd. It was a little fortuitous, but.
Looking to win game number 2, trying to take it out to that far side, blocked, and the rebound spins back to Knapton.
This is scary.
1-0 lead for Raphael Hampel.
Is he going to shoot the rollover? Yeah, this is pretty scary for that reason right there. Did you see that? Just like all the power you can generate heading toward the goal with blindly, really.
And Hampel does pick up the rebound. Again, a second opportunity to win game number 2 for Germany's Raphael Hampel. As he rocks that standard pin position, trying to bring it near side up into the air and off the table. Yeah, it is kind of remarkable, though, that there has not been another player who has really had any success shooting a front pin. Alfredo a little bit here and there, Atha a little bit here and there. But, Frederic Olignon won, 30 tournaments on the American Tour using a standard European-style front pin. Here's Hampel, who has so far looked really good shooting it. Look at that, the big fake back to that near corner. It's 2-0. I got to tell you, this is a good-looking pin shot he's got on that 3-row.
Yep. The little plays, the little moments. He overcame 2 breaks, maybe, right? Because there was the ones he definitely didn't mean, and then some tight splits, and overcome that with focus is a great showing for Raphael.
Yeah, let's get out there and play every ball hard, play every ball smart. The rest will take care of itself. There's that pass again from Ryan, who executes it well. And tried to take it out to that far corner. Hampel going nowhere to make the block up into the air and off the table, and Raphael will put it back into play at goal, leading 2-0. No score here in the third. Full shot down the middle, blocked by Knapton. And Ryan able to get the left hand back there to contain it. Step back into offensive position. You know, Ryan, I think to some degree, both at goal and on the 3-row and on the 5 as well, likes to do things his own way, likes to do things in a different way. And what he does do, say what you will about it, whether or not it's percentage play or not, he does it well. He executes it very well.
Yeah, like there's enough consistency and organization in his game where he'd probably beat me 10 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not saying much.
At least.
It's saying a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Still looking for our first goal of the third game. This is round of 64 elimination action, men's singles. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, and if you weren't listening, the comments have been so positive on this format, and even my wife, who, you know, has kind of said that she really doesn't have a lot of interest in playing the other format anymore. Once you play this, it's just so clean and so professional that, you know, it's hard to go back in some cases for a lot of players. Shot attempt.
Especially if a lot of people that play foosball tournaments, they're not here for the professional reward of the prize money. And so they're here to play foosball. And this format lets you play lots of foosball.
Sure does, yeah. And you do have a chance to win a little bit of money and a medal, which I think is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very nice medals. They're heavy. You could hurt someone with these medals. Not to suggest that you should. I wouldn't.
My medals are a weapon.
But they are, you know, it's really something to hang at home and put in your trophy room. Yeah, it's Knapton now evens it up at 1. You're the third.
So Ryan Knapton, snowboarder professional, was it speed, like for speed or for tricks, or what are we talking about?
Probably all of the above. I don't have a lot of details. You can Google him.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of information about him.
I want to look him up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look up Ryan
Yep.
Knapton snowboard. It's a second search.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own snowboard. Let's start there.
Knapton tried to sling it off that inside wall. We'll get it back to the snake shot position as it's stolen away by Hampel. Rafi. Pound that one near side. He really gets a lot of power to those corners. Ryan doing some flipping and tried to make it off that inside wall, and Hampel says, all right, set it up on a tee and I'll slam it in. He does. It's now 2-1. Yeah, are you garnering information? Two-one lead here in the third. Hampel fires that one towards the goal. Rebound comes to Knapton on the 5. Yeah, that tic-tac far side. Ryan strokes it home far corner. It's 2-2. All right, you have information?
Well, yeah, he does tricks. And the thing about if you're involved in any other competitive endeavor, it makes sense why you'd be comfortable competing at foosball, because there's a a relation between competing at one thing and another and having a comfort level to execute. Snowboarding tricks seem wild to me to begin with, so it makes sense that that he's under the stage right now. He doesn't look like he's stressed at all. He looks like he's having a good time. He's competing at a high level. He's executing. He's under the lights. Well, guess what? He's done this before. He's been in this situation with way more like physical risk and stress, right?
And it's match point for Raphael Hampel. You know, and one of the things here as we kind of shift gears, I want to just touch on this before the match is over.
Yeah.
But, you know, one of the big differences, and less so as time has gone by, between the European-style front pin and a snake shot is the ability to get a guy off a hole, to be able to utilize fakes one way, come back the other way. And, you know, with a walking snake, which was sort of inspired, I think, to some degree by Frederic Collignon in his abilities on the tornado table, but it is really about getting a guy off a hole. Give that good hard movement, and then go back the other way. This one quickly shot. I don't know, it's match point. I think I'd like to see Raphael take a little more time on that possession, or maybe even a timeout. Ryan deciding where he wants to set the 3-rod. Knocked off the outside wall. Nice save by Knapton and picked up. Oh, a beautiful wall pass all the way from the middle to that near wall. Hampel now with a chance to put away the match. As he sets it up, trying to take it out to that far side. And again, it can be dangerous thinking that you've already got the match won, which means even up 4-2, you want to value that opportunity to put a match away. You don't want to waste these opportunities. Nice switch and block there. So if I'm looking at Raphael Hampel, and they're a very impressive player, no doubt about it, on every rod, and certainly the ability to shoot this, the European-style front pin on tornado is impressive. But
you've seen him shoot some
table management.
Yeah.
Still, I'd like to see a little more table management here.
There's a maturity there for sure. You can see where his ceiling is as high as it can be physically.
Yep.
I'm saying he has no ceiling.
And he finds the hole down the middle. And in 3 straight games, Raphael Hampel showing you why he is considered one of the really rising stars on the international tour, is able to defeat Ryan Knapton in 3 straight games to advance to the round of 32.